Hey everyone, this is MusicTechHelpGuy. In this video, I'm going to use Logic Pro 10, samples and loops from Splice, and the SERUM synthesizer to build out a song arrangement. Now don't get me wrong, I love Logic as a DAW, but if you just use Logic's stock sounds to compose, things can kind of get stale or samey really quickly. Sometimes I just want to focus on songwriting and beat building and not have to focus so much on the sound design or sample management, for example. So when Splice reached out to me to partner with me on a video, I was really happy to check out the site and find some new loops and sounds to work with. So first, let me explain how Splice works, and then I'll jump into creating a track. Splice is a website that has tons of royalty-free samples, loops, sound effects, and instrument presets as well. And Splice updates their website pretty much every day with new content. Subscriptions start at just $7.99 a month, and in addition to loops and samples and presets, you can also purchase some plugins on a rent-to-own basis rather than buying them outright. So for example, I got a free trial and I'm currently on a rent-to-own plan for SERUM for $9.99 a month for 19 months, rather than paying $189 outright to purchase it. So this makes buying expensive plugins much more affordable. They're even working on getting full DAWs available for rent-to-own, like Studio One for example. So these are some great features as well if you're trying to produce music on a budget. When working with Splice, you want to make sure to download the Splice desktop app, because this is where all of your samples and loops will be managed and all of your installers for plugins as well. So after installing the app, I'll just log in with my Splice account. And first I want to install the SERUM instrument that I just signed up for. So I'll click on Get Plugins, and up top here is SERUM. So I'll just click Install, and it'll automatically install it on my system. After installing SERUM, I'll open up Logic, and on a software instrument track, I'll go down to AU Instruments, X for Records, and then select SERUM. And there it is, it's installed just perfectly, no authorization codes to deal with, no iLocks, so that's nice, it just works. Now you can also download SERUM presets from Splice, as well as other instrument presets for Massive and Silent as well. So I'll find some additional presets for SERUM later as well. Next, I'll find some loops and samples to work with. Click Sounds at the top of the Splice website, and you'll see a bunch of new releases of different sample and loop packs. You can click on these to preview a musical example for the whole sample or loop pack. But here's the thing, depending on what subscription you signed up for, you'll get a certain number of credits you can use per month. So right now I have 100 credits. So you don't have to buy a whole sample or loop pack. You can actually just search sounds individually and download them that way to save your credits. Let me search keys up top here, and it gives me a bunch of matching packs as well as individual presets or samples, depending on what option you select up here. I'll check out this Lo-Fi Soul and Future Beats pack. Here you can audition each loop in the pack individually, and it shows you the tempo and key for each loop here. And if you like a sound, you can click here to use a credit and download it. Most samples, loops, and presets are only 1 credit, but they range from about 1 to 3 credits each. And there's actually several that are 0 credits, they're completely free. After you download a sound, it'll automatically show up in the Splice app. So I'll click on this menu, go down to Samples, and then you'll see here Recently Added, and you can view all of your samples under All Downloads. You can audition samples from here as well. Now to get this in your Logic project, all you have to do is drag and drop the sample right into the main window in Logic. Now this loop is 80 BPM, so I'm going to stick with that tempo for my project tempo. So after I change the tempo in Logic to 80, you'll see the loop matches up perfectly to 4 bars. So that's a good loop to start off the song, and I'll go back into Splice and find some more loops and samples to work with. Now, not all of these are going to be the same key or tempo as my original electric keyboard loop, but that's okay. I'll show you how to easily match the timing and tuning of the loops in just a bit. In addition to loops, I'll be on the lookout for some drum samples to build a custom drum kit. Alright, so I'm back in Logic. I think the next step is I'll use these drum samples I found to build a custom drum kit. I'm going to use Ultrabeat for this, but they're just audio samples, so you can use whatever sample instrument you like. So in Ultrabeat, I'll just pull up the drag and drop samples kit preset, and the great thing about this is you can drag and drop your samples into the sample loading area in Ultrabeat. So I'll just pull these in one by one, and I'll make sure to select the next sample up to get a new unused sample loading zone each time. I'm not loading these in any particular order right now. I'm just trying to get them all in Ultrabeat, and I'll reorganize them in just a bit. Okay, so I have all of these loaded in, and I can use my MIDI controller to trigger the sounds, or you can just click on the keyboard notes on the side here. Off screen, I went through and labeled each of these by double-clicking on the sample name here, and then I'm also going to make sure that each one of these is a one-shot sample by pulling the release time on the 4th envelope all the way out. This makes sure that the entire sample plays when you play a key or trigger a MIDI note. Without this pulled out, the sample will only play for the duration of the MIDI event. So with all of these loaded in and named, I'll reorder them a bit more logically, with the kicks on the bottom, the hi-hats on the top, and the snap, snare, and wood block in the middle. Now I'll just use Ultrabeat's built-in step sequencer to start building a pattern. Just make sure to turn on the sequencer here. And you can adjust the volume of each sample with the blue bar. You can also right-click and choose options like add every downbeat, upbeat, or you can clear an entire lane. I'll do something more interesting with the hi-hats later in the piano roll editor. The woodblock sound doesn't really match up either, so I'll add that in later and I'll match it up as an audio loop. Now you can click here and drag this into the main window to make a copy of the sequence as a MIDI region. Just make sure you turn off the sequencer before closing out Ultrabeat. Let's work in the piano roll a bit and do something a bit more interesting with the hi-hats and the second kick drum. I'll show the custom display view so I can change the grid from 16th notes to 32nd notes. I'll use the scissors tool to separate some of these 16th notes into 32nds. Then I'll use the pencil tool to draw in some new notes. You can repeat a whole region by selecting it and pressing Command R, and then I'll drag over both of these and hit Command U to set the cycle range to the selection, and then I'll hit J to join the two regions together. I'll vary the second half of the beat with some different rhythms as well. Now, like I mentioned before, that woodblock really doesn't match up. I'll just add this in separately on an audio track. I'll pull this all the way to the beginning and I'll turn on flex time and use the slicing algorithm for this. So you can hear the rhythm is off for this. I'll just drag each of these transients to 16th notes on the grid so it interlocks with the drum groove. Now I'll just hold Option to duplicate it over to some other areas. Next, I want some independent mixing control over my drum sounds. So I'll show you how to set up Ultra Beat in multi-output mode. So first, I'll split these into subgroups. I'll use Group 1 for the kicks, Group 2 for the snare and snap, and Group 3 for the hi-hats. Then in the mixer, just change Ultra Beat to multi-output mode, and you can add aux tracks from this plus button here. So I'll create 3 auxes. And now I can individually control the levels of the kick, snare and clap, and hi-hats from the mixer, although I don't need that third aux. The main instrument channel actually functions as the first subgroup. I'm going to add an effects send to my snare, hats, and woodblock channel, and on this aux, I'm going to add some reverb. I'll just load up Space Designer, and I have a preset that I made in advance. Also, make sure that the dry signal is muted so you can have independent control over the dry signal and the reverb channel. Now I can start fleshing this out by dragging over all of the regions and pressing Command R to repeat it a few times. Actually, I'm going to repeat it again for 8 repetitions, and I'll mute the drums in the first 2 repetitions by pressing Control M to mute the regions. I'll add a tape speed up effect just by adding a fade, then right-clicking and choosing speed up, and I'll add this to every other repetition of the loop. I want to incorporate a synthesizer lead into this as well, and I have a synth lead loop. So I'll just drag this in, and it's at a different tempo, so it probably won't match up right now. I'll turn on flex time, I'll use the polyphonic setting, and then I'll just drag the right edge to match up with the other loops. Although, as I'll demonstrate later, you don't actually have to turn on flex time to do this. So the timing is right, but the pitch is off. One really cool feature that was added in later versions of Logic is you can transpose any audio region up or down by semitones in the region inspector here. After playing around with this off screen a bit, I decided to shift down the keyboard loop a semitone rather than shift around the synth lead. And now the key matches up. I'm also going to use the marquee tool to cut out some portions of the synth lead. And then I'll move this to the second half of the section and repeat it. I'll give this some nice shimmer reverb as well. I had this vocal stinger too that I really like. Now this one's not in the right key either, so I'll need to pitch shift it as well. I'll hold Option and trim this to do a time stretch or compress and match it up exactly 2 bars, and then I'll repeat it. I don't like that sound at the tail end though, so I'll cut these in half. So like before, you can use the transpose option in the region inspector to shift this up or down in semitones. Ultimately, transposing it down 4 semitones sounded the best to me. So now I'm going to create a transition effect with this, and first I'll bounce this in place by pressing Control B, and then I'll reverse this in the region inspector and line it up right before the original vocal effect. And with a crossfade, I can put these together right on the same track. and I'll just hit J to join these. And I'll copy this over to a few other places as well. Next, I want to find a SERUM preset that I can use as a bass. So back in Splice, I'll make sure that I show presets up here rather than samples. Those two are kind of harder hitting basses. I want a softer, more gentle bass sound. Now that one is a keyboard sound, but in the low range, it might actually work well as a bass. So when you download presets, they just show up in your downloads folder. And to load these in SERUM, you just click Menu, Load Preset, go to your downloads folder, and select the preset that you want to load. Yeah, this will work good as a keyboard instrument as well as a bass. I also added Logic's Tremolo plugin to give the bass a 16th note pulsing motion, and I added an arpeggiated SERUM preset I got from Splice throughout. Next, I want to create a build-up section using an ascending chord progression. So I want to find some synth strings and bass, as well as a synth lead for some arpeggiated chords. Yeah, this synth horn preset for SERUM will work great for the bass. I found this rhythm clap loop that I really like. Using this along with some more tweaking with the drums and chords, I came up with this. The buildup leads into an all-percussion drop. On Splice, I found some really nice orchestral stingers and hits for the pause just before the drop. And then for the drop itself, I just continued on with the clap loop and layered up a beat with a bunch of kick, snare, and clap samples from Splice. Then I just layered this with a Logic instrument with some nice toms. Everything is grouped together with summing stacks and a bunch of reverb as well. Then I copied over the chords from the build-up here as well. It's really amazing how quickly you can work when you have all of these amazing sounds at your fingertips. You can just focus on creating the song rather than having to deal with way too much minutia and dialing in all of your synthesis modulation. So just keep in mind that all of these sounds from Splice are royalty-free, so you don't have to clear usage of anything. If you pay for a Splice subscription, you can use them in your own published songs. So in just a couple of hours, I was able to put together a beat like this that's a great starting point for building out a full song. So once again, a big thanks to Splice for partnering up with me for this video. They're a great source for thousands and thousands of loops, samples, presets, and also for rent-to-own programs for plugins as well. If you want to sign up for Splice, there's a free trial, and if you want to support my channel at the same time, you can use my affiliate link below when you sign up. If you like this video, you can leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. You can also check me out on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and if you'd like to make a monthly contribution to the channel, you can also check me out at patreon.com/MusicTechHelpGuy. Thanks for the support, and thanks for watching.